Granfondo Rulebook, Step by Step, Part 2. From the second round onwards now, key tactical elements come into play. Basic tactics, rolling. Instead of playing a card, you can move forward by 1 space with a rider, but not on the mountain. If the rider's performance value is 2, the minimum, they gain +1 performance point. Slipstreaming. If a rider ends their movement on a space exactly 2 spaces behind another rider, diagonal is allowed. The slipstream and move 1 additional space forward for free, landing directly behind the other rider. Uphill, the slipstream rule can be used as getting pulled along, but only up to the individual climbing limit. Sprint. Instead of playing a single card, you can play multiple cards. Sprint using 2 cards. Add up the race points from both cards. Apply a penalty deduction. For sprinter, -1 race points. For other riders, -2 race points. Sprint with 3 cards. Add up the race points of all 3 cards. Apply the first deduction as with 2 cards. Apply an additional deduction. For sprinter, -2 race points. For other riders, -3 race points. Example, a sprinter plays a 2, a 3, and a 5. This is 2 plus 3 plus 5 minus 1 minus 2 equals 7 spaces. Doping. Risky advantage with potential disqualification. Each rider has 2 doping cards in their deck. You may play them like regular race cards. You may discard a doping card at any time. The card is removed from the game, and you draw a new card. Doping cards act as wild cards and match all symbols for teamwork actions. See section, Team and Performance. Very important. A doping test takes place at the end of the race. See doping test in the Finish and Scoring section. On the mountain. Once a rider enters a mountain space or is already on one, a maximum movement limit per turn applies. For climber, max, 5 spaces. For rouleur, max, 4 spaces. For sprinter, max, 3 spaces. These limits apply to all movement on the mountain. Before the mountain, there are no restrictions. Riders can roll in at full speed. Example, the sprinter plays a 7. He moves 3 spaces before the mountain. From the remaining 4 points, he can use 3 points on the mountain because this is his sprinter speed limit there. Leaving the mountain, the movement limit applies to the entire turn if it starts on a mountain space. Example, the sprinter plays a 5. He can only use 3 movement points as this is his maximum speed in the mountains, even if those 3 points take him to the summit and out of the mountain zone. Obstacles. When passing through dirt or cobblestones, each rider must perform a performance check. Roll a die and compare it to the current performance value. If the die result is greater than or equal to the performance value, nothing happens. If the die result is lower, the rider loses 1 performance point. Outer curves. Are you starting your turn from a marked outer space? Then you receive a penalty, for example, -2 spaces on your planned movement. Descent, downhill bonus. When a rider crosses a blue descent line, the speed bonus for that downhill section is immediately activated. Each section has its own bonus value printed on the board. For example, F times 2, which means the movement the rider is allowed to use this turn is doubled. The total amount of movement is capped. For example, max, 12 spaces. This means the rider may not move more than that maximum in a single turn. Example, the sprinter plays a 7 and crosses the blue line. His value is doubled to 14. However, the maximum allowed is 12 spaces, so he moves 12. Example, the sprinter plays a 7 but is still in the mountain zone, so his speed limit is 3. He moves 3 spaces and crosses the blue line. His value is doubled to 6, so he moves 6 spaces. Feed zone. If a rider ends their turn exactly on a feed zone space, they gain +1 performance point.